Hey guys, I'm Nicholas here with John, the professional trader, and David, bringing you a brand new trade for Bitcoin. And if you're not in it, you should be, and this is how you should do it. John, what do you have?
Thanks, Nicholas. We wanted to update everybody because Bitcoin is heading into a really key part of its progression, the wave pattern, we call it, as you learn in our course. And we're going to share the details right now with you. If you take a look in the last couple weeks, Bitcoin has consolidated in what we call a channel that has been somewhere around a little above 11,000, and then down at that key 9,500 level, it kind of hit it, bounced off it, and we're back up in the channel. There's more we'll share with you as the secrets of our trade after we talk about this. But when you have these tight channels, it creates great trade opportunities if you're not already in. And even if you're in, it's a way you can add and maybe make some short-term profit. That's where our 30-year pro trader David steps up and shows you how we're going to trade it. David, I'll let you take it from here.
Thanks, John. Morning, Nicholas. We have a couple of ways of looking at this Bitcoin trade, and John, as you've identified that channel there, those dictate to us our prices. So, like you said, the channel's really 95 to about 11.1, 11.2, and then there's kind of another basing in there that's closer to the 10.5 mark. So what we're going to look to do is, with it currently at 10,800, I'm going to look to scale in as if it trades a little bit lower, and try and get an entry between 10.7 and 10.8 or so. And then I'm going to have my stop, I'm going to put just below that 10,500 range. I'm going to put it at 10,450. Like we said, on a bigger trade, you could put your stop down at 9,500. You'd want to have a target a little bit higher than what we're going to use on this, though. So I'm going to put 10,450 as our stop. And our target on this is going to be, our initial target is going to be 12,000. That's our official target. In reality, what's going to happen is, because there's this channel with a resistance about 11.1 or 11.2, I might take a little bit off as we get close to 11.1, and I might look to try and just scalp a small portion of this trade, 400 or 500 points, because it has been going back and forth, and that's just a way to add some incremental profits to your bottom line. So we're going to be scaling in between 10.7 and 10.8. We're going to take a tiny bit off as it gets close to 11,100. That way, if it sells back off, we'll rebuy it back into the 10.7, 10.8 range. We have a stop on the whole thing at 10.450 right here. And we're still looking on this trade for it to break out over that 11,100 mark. And if it does, 12,000 is our initial target. And then, John, I'm going to send it back to you, and you can talk to them about how this might have a significantly higher target as well.
Great. Thanks, David. So we always like to share a few trade secrets. This trade is not one that, if it wasn't Bitcoin, we might not be as interested, because there's not as much information, not as much pattern history we can rely on, and the upside's not that great. But when you can get in safely, the way David showed you, and you see a couple things we want to show you right now. Number one, we've got a very large bullish pattern well into formation. This would be a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. So inverse head and shoulders. And the target on that is well above 12,000 if it breaks out. We're looking at closer to 17,000. Now,
Wow.
Would it go there in a straight line? Almost for sure not. But the fact is that pattern's been building for a long time. And as we've talked about in other shows, what you always watch that tells you what's really going on in the market is you watch volume. And as we were preparing, David made the great observation that, okay, we got this bullish pattern forming. We also have some confirmation going on. It's hard to see. We apologize for that, but I'll try to highlight it for you. Look at the volume. Look how much the buying has increased. People are getting into Bitcoin again. They want to be in the trade. So doesn't guarantee we're going to break out. They might fake it and sell it off, and down we go. But you use safe trading, you can play this trade and maybe join the big boys who are clearly taking positions. So use that secret in all your trades. Check volume, make sure it's confirming, what you're doing. Now there's tricks. Sometimes it's low volume, then they do high volume on a breakout. We'll teach you all that in our courses. But for today, this one's looking pretty good on the volume setup. So you've got a nice short-term trade, well-defined, make a little money, might make big money if it all works out, and you see the bigger picture. Back to you, Nicholas.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of people bringing up the volume and jumping in right now because they are expecting the 17,000. But if we don't become greedy and have this solid target of 12, we can just follow through easily with this trade. And I like how how you guys make that a very easy achievable thing.
And again, Nicholas, just want to reiterate that basically what we're talking about here is we have a set of money that is our trading account money, and we have some money that is, buy and hold money. We're talking about the trading money and how to best manage that and increase it at the same time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, John. Thank you so much, David. And make sure you guys are subscribed and see the next trade.